Alack! What dreadful turmoil hath beset the strong republic and its bonds of peace. O'er distant trade routes all do sigh and fret, as fears of grim taxation do increase. The greedy, vile Trade Federation hath created a blockade none may pass through. With deadly battleships they block the path unto the little planet called Naboo. Whilst politicians endlessly debate, the Chancellor Supreme plies strategy. He sends 2 Jedi to negotiate. They who keep peace within the galaxy. In time so long ago begins our play, in troubled galaxy, far, far away.
A person young is thought to have no power, even when she is a queen, as like myself. Those older do surround, e'er pressing in and questioning each word that I do speak. One thinks I shall a poor decision make, another thinks himself more competent. The best of them do bow and show respect, and treat me with the deference due my throne, yet even their eyes speak of disbelief. Their courtesy becomes a stifling thing. A youth is no more frail than older folk, no less intelligent, no less sublime. Our steps are newer, yet we are no jewel to be protected and encased by them. We know of violence and life's harsh ways. Our tears descend in grief as theirs do. We are not made of softer stuff than they. The moods we feel oft run irate and rough. We have no thoughts less noble than our elders. In truth, compassion may we ably teach. Then why is thought that youth are so beneath those older than we are, of any rank? 'Tis foolishness, yea, 'tis foul treachery. If e'er these older ones could look within and plumb the depths of youth, what wonders would before their eyes appear? The courage, strength, and valor it requires to be a youth. The daily struggle to survive amid the 1,000 constant doubts we do receive from every person, e'en those who are dear, the ever-present skirmishes with those of our own age who should support and praise us, bound within the sacred bond of youth, but who instead do injure with harsh words. To be a youth within a world run by an older generation taketh strength, yea, that beyond 100 elders might. To be both youth and leader truly is to be a target ever in their sights. I would not trade my station for the world, nor would I wish it on mine enemy. Although the path is fraught, this is our cause. We youth shall mold the future we desire.
Well met, my friend. Say, art thou well?
Indeed, as merry as the day is long. And thou?
A pleasant afternoon I have just spent a-poring over the Jedi archives here.
What is within to perk thine interest? I do confess I find them rather dry.
Oh, say it is not so. The archives are a key that opens up a world of scholarship.
I've never took thee for a bookish owl. What didst thou find today to excite thy mind?
A pattern hid within the history of our vast galaxy leaped for my sight.
A pattern, aye?
As clear as is the sun, it seemeth each millennium or two there is a backward movement in the force, indeed in all life, such that the things that now seem commonplace would in some years seem wildly futuristic.
An example?
We have technology appropriate unto our era, and we Jedi have the ability to leap across large chasms. Imagine, then, if in some future time all life but took a giant step backward. Our ships would duller seem, we Jedi would not soar and spring as we are wont to do. Canst thou imagine such a sharp decline?
Such retrograde must be impossible.
Nay, 'twas the pattern I so clearly saw. More fascinating is, it seemeth we are due for just another swift step back within a mere decades hence.
But can this be?
History doth not lie. History doth not lie. If I have done the calculations right, within a span of 30 years, we'll see a sharp turn back in our technology and Jedi skills. Even fashion shall regression undergo.
What wilt thou do with this discovery?
I first did think to share with Yoda.
Aye, 'tis sensible enough, as he is wise and pure, and serveth on the council with a voice most fair and just. Keen choice, my friend.
Yet, in the end, 'twas not he I did choose.
Then whom?
The senator, even, Palpatine. A noble sort of fellow, good and kind. I shall inform him of the things to come.
Art thou most sure that thou should not give this news to one among the Jedi, worthy friend? If it shall be the Jedi are less skilled, should not this news be shared among our own?
Alas, we Jedi are becoming known for our mistrust of others. troth this news shall show us ready for collaboration. The Jedi and the politician joined as one in mind with peaceful harmony.
Mayhap thou art correct. And even so, perchance the pattern now observed is fate.
Were it were so, I would not like to see it.
I sooner dead would be. Now, shall we keep our habit and go dine at Dex's place?
A pattern I shall happily follow, my friend.
All hurly-burly goes the galaxy. The Senate sees a time of harsh unrest, for many thousand systems do decree, intent to leave the Republic's troubled nest. This movement of the Separatists is led by one Count Dooku, garbed in mystery. The Jedi Knights are pressed and thinly spread, the peace they keep grows weaker by degree. A vital vote the Senate doth pursue. Shall they an army for the Republic make? Strong Senator Amidala from Naboo to Coruscant makes way this plan to break. In time so long ago begins our play, in clash-strewn galaxy far, far away.
From bad to worse this moment swiftly goes, all downward fly my chances to survive. Look how the ground doth speed toward my body, let this not be the end of Obi-Wan.
Behold, I see him, falling yet alive. 'Tis not the fall, but the landing that shall hurt. Now quickly, Anakin, fly just below, and give him space to break his fall with ease.
What kept thee? Hadst thou some employment elsewhere?
'Tis ever so when faced with such a choice. What speeder should I use? A cockpit must be open to air with speed to match. The color must be pleasant to the eye. A young man must consider this, so to bedeck himself with style. Is that not true?
And 'twere thy skill with lightsaber were half as sharp as thou most rapier-like wit, thou wouldst do well, even challenge Yoda's art.
Methinks my skill doth match his even now.
Nay, only in thy mind, apprentice young. Yet truly, hear my words, thou hast my thanks, e'en if I do not share thy jests. Indeed, thine humour I might find more humorous had not another fate befallen me.
Befallen, verily, but less than fell. You are alive, a blessing to us both. And now let us pursue this villainy.
He flieth below into a dive. Take care when thou dost follow, lest we crash. Thou knowest well thou makest me sore afraid.
I had forgot you liketh not to fly.
'Tis not the flying, 'tis the suicide. I would not make a death by accident. See now, the knave hath struck the power coupling. Nay, drive not through its beam, thou pilot wild.
His skill at navigation is most sure, yet I'll prevail and scape his keen pursuit.
What hast thou done? He flew another way.
Good master, prithee, listen to my plan. This chase shall but result in his demise with a sharp, untimely, fiery end. I would prefer to question him, and to discover wherefore he hath tried to kill, and who hath sent him here upon this shore. I have employed a shorter path, methinks, which shall deliver him to us anon.
Yet where is he? It seems he hath been lost. 'Twas shorter, aye, for now we are made short of the villain we did hotly seek, who did fly by a pathway opposite. Again, thou provest only that thou art—
I bid thee, sir, excuse me, I must fly.
That rascal, he doth ever swagger so.
Even with the traffic circling all around, 'tis quieter sans Obi-Wan's harangues. I spy him now, and on his speeder land. The rogue is mine, and soon shall he be stopped.
What is this? Can it be? He boardeth me. We shall yet see if he can keep his grip when I do jostle him both here and there. Mayhap I'll ram him on a strong blockade, or let him feel another speeder's thrust.
I see the beast, and 'tis not he, but she. If I have even seen aright in her distress, she changed her form. Our enemies may bring us trouble vast indeed, if they, like moons, are changeable. Now, out, lightsaber, come. Do thy swift work unto the cockpit strike. Yet she doth shoot at me, and from my hand, like captured bird, my lightsaber doth fly.
His weapon's gone, but still he doth hold fast. What's this? He grasps mine hand, my blaster too. We struggle. Ah! Now all controls unto my speeder are by laser strike destroyed. My ship doth fall, and quickly comes the street. Into the crowds of passer-by we fall.
I leap even now, my life thereby to keep.
The speeder's down, but still my feet may fly.
What ho! Stop now, thou rogue, for thou art mine.
Say, Anakin, 'tis well that we have met, for I did worry o'er thy safety. Now, how goes the chase? Hast thou seen the roguish knave?
Just fled into this club of ill repute. Let us make entrance, bring the beast without.
I bid thee patience, use the mighty force, call on thine instincts, not thy taste for blood.
Apologies, my master.
He went in to hide, and not to flee, or he'd be gone. Belike 'tis not from us that he would run. Behold, my Padawan, thy light saber, which went a-flying past my head, as thou didst bravely fight the nasty criminal. I caught it barely as it passed me by. Mayhap in future battles thou shalt keep't. Remember, Anakin, this weapon may be the difference between thy life or death.
I shall endeavor to recall your words.
Why is't I feel thou shalt to me be death? In some yet unknown place, some lonely star, it may be that thou shalt in future battle make some mistake within the episode that brings one death to me, or 3 or 4.
'Tis now your jests ring hollow on mine ears.
Our wits are misaligned tonight, in truth.
Speak not of some misfortune I would bring, for you, dear sir, are like a father that I have never known, nor do, nor ever shall.
If this be so, wherefore attend me not?
I try, my master, yet my youthful ears have learned to tune to sounds beyond your voice.
Dost thou see him herein?
Your he is a she, and more than that, a changeling.
Is it so? Then must we cautious be especially. I prithee, go and find her where she hides.
I shall indeed, but, sir, where are you bound?
On to the bar, my whistle there to wet.
'Tis not the time for a drink, but shrewdly think.
Greetings, sir. Allow me your pleasures to ensure, for I've such wonders as shall act unto your soul as surgeon. My death sticks, perhaps you would care to try. They are most beloved by the population in general. You shall intoxicated by. 'Tis my promise.
Thou dost not wish to sell death sticks to me.
I'd not sell you these death sticks, nay, not I.
Thou shalt go home, and there rethink thy life.
I must go thither and rethink my life.
My tale of woe may yet to madness run. Departing from my newfound family, my way upon the dunes of Tatooine, I sped to douse the blazing in mine heart, and raced to find my mother and her captors. The mocking setting suns of Tatooine refused to share their light and give me aid, as if to say dark deeds deserve dark night. The rocks I passed assailed me with their taunts, assuring me they'd witnessed stronger griefs. Stone arches underneath which I did fly seemed to adjure me to make greater haste. At dusk I found a roving Jawa band, and did convince them that they must disclose whatever knowledge of my mother's plight they had discovered in the journeying. They steered me to the raiders' settlement, where, with a Jedi's stealth, I've entered in. From tent to tent I search, and since her here, my mother, still alive though suffering. Alack, sweet mother, I'll untie these knots.
Who's Annie? Is it thee? My boy, grown up?
Forsooth, 'tis I, and thou art safe at last.
Oh, Annie, thou art a handsomer thing than ere these mother's eyes did hope to see. My son, my little boy, my full-grown man. My feeble heart doth beat with earnest pride. No other wish had I but to see thee.
I've missed thee so.
My life is now complete. I love thee, Anakin. Now may I rest. Commend me to my husband. Oh, farewell.
Oh, agony, oh, melancholy vast. My mother, oh, she should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. On, lightsaber, since I could not my mother longer know, could not by mine own hands assuage her pain, or bring to her a moment of relief. There is no time for grieving neither, nay, my grief instead shall turn to sweet revenge. The sadness be transformed to hate and rage. One life she gave to satisfy their thirst, yet my thirst knows no bounds. No simple drink can slake the dehydration of my soul, can quench the drought that hath dried up my heart. The only swill that satisfies tonight shall be the essence that gives life to each. Yea, Tuscan raiders, ready thy cups. I'll swallow ye, be drunk upon your blood.
War is the cry that doth through space resound. The good republic faces bold attack. From Dooku, he whose evil doth abound. Yet heroes rise as each side fighteth back. Droid leader General Grievous, he most vile, hath entered, a new player on the scene. With movement swift and unexpected guile, he hath made bold to kidnap Palpatine. Whilst o'er the capital in Coruscant, the separatist droid army tries to flee. 2 Jedi are dispatched upon a jaunt to set the hostage Palpatine full free. In time so long ago begins our play in vengeful galaxy far, far away.
The boy is nearly now within my grasp, and I shall make him mine with this next move. I shall devise a play to pull him in, some tale that pricks his heart with grief and woe. Come, players, to the list, ye are engaged. Fair morrow, gentlemen, you're welcome here. I prithee, sit and talk with me a while. Good sirrah, canst thou give me a speech of woe?
I can, for 'tis my trade. What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speak me a speech once, but 'twas ne'er acted, or if 'twas, not above once. The tale of Tuscan raider, he of bleak and brutal Tatooine, who joined with his mother in a bond unnatural, and suffered for the trespass. So proceed thee.
What have I done, mine own dear mother wed? O gods above, be merciful to me. I knew not how I did transgress in this, for all was like a blindness unto me. I could not see the likeness in her face. When I looked in her eyes, I saw a love, ne'er knowing 'twas but folly of the senses, that in her I did but adore myself. My vision sore impaired by greed and lust, now have I led us both to tragedy. What waste of life, she, hanged on Banther's horn, already is beyond the galaxy. Above, beyond the stars, I see her rise, the newest constellation in the sky. I do remain, yet deaf would simple be, and far too tame for what my sin deserves. By sightlessness I made this bed of woe, by blindness have I authored my fate's course. Ergo, let lack of sight become my days. These wretched eyes that on my mother looked, that named her friend and lover, let them pay, let darkness be mine expiation ere. O agony, most rare, O hint of truth, the world for me is shadow evermore, and through my blindness comes a keener sight. I look on what I've done, whom I have hurt. I see quite clearly mine inequity. I spy the error of mine actions vain. I gaze, even stands mine eyes upon my sin. O fate, into your hands my spirit flies. Let me a wander o'er the shadowlands, and howl upon the dunes, that all may say, there goes a Tuscan raider, who did tempt the gods to anger through forbidden love. Now by his blindness doth he truly see.
'Tis well, a masterful performance, sirrah. We'll hear a play anon, my worthy friends. Go hence a while until ye are sent for. Say, can you play the sad and dreadful tale, the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
My lord, I.
Sirrah, here's a little speech, some dozen or 16 lines to include. Can ye perform this small addition?
Aye.
Then let us go till we've an audience. The curtain shall arise on our fair play.
Will everyone, e'en mine own Padme true, seek to employ my close relationship with Palpatine to their own private gain? The Jedi Council plans to turn me spy, a traitor to my friend the Chancellor, for that they trust him not, or mayhap fear that he shall rival their own power grand. My Padme doth mistrust his noble aims, suspicious of his motivations there. Am I the key with which they would unlock the secrets of the gallant Chancellor? Nay, Nay, I shall not be so used until my reason and my judgment do inform me of some treachery in him. Not till I see it for myself shall I indulge these strange, misguided fabrications. Fie! To use a Jedi with such skill as I to play with me as one would play a pipe. It shall not be. Not e'en for Master Yoda, nor my friend Obi-Wan, not even for my Padme. I shall play the part of judge myself. But soft, here comes the Chancellor.
My boy, the very lad with whom I'd speak, hast thou some time that I may drop a word or two within thine ear? Hast thou, I say, time in thy busy life for an old man?
I wait upon your leisure, sir. Speak on.
News advantageous I have lately learned. Our clone intelligence hath found the vile and wicked General Grievous. He doth lurk and cower in the system Utapau.
Some tidings finally to bring me joy. This glad report doth echo in mine ears, and toward the sweetest sound that e'er I heard. We can the monster capture, end the war.
The Jedi Council's wisdom might I doubt were thou not chosen to perform this deed. To go to Grievous and destroy the beast, forsooth, 'tis clear thou art the finest choice. Thou wilt, I hope, come stay with me a while, enjoy this grand performance I have planned? Pray, sit, the players shall begin anon.
Your invitation I most gladly take. Some rest for mind and soul shall do me well.
O Anakin, thou knowest I cannot reply upon the Jedi Council. Nay, if they have not included thee within their plot to overthrow me, soon they will.
I am not certain I do comprehend.
Thy senses must have told thee what I have of late deduced. The Jedi Council would assume o'er the Republic full control. They shall betray me.
Truly, Chancellor?
Pray search thy feelings, Anakin. Thou knowest it is true.
I do know they trust you not.
Nor do they trust the Senate, the Republic, nay, neither do they trust democracy.
I shall admit, I have been wary of the Council for some time.
And wherefore, pray? Is't possible they asked of thee some task, some strange employment which did suit thee not? Perchance something to make thee turn untrue? Was it that thou shouldst spy on me? Was that?
Alas, how can he know? Yet plainly doth. I know not what I should say in reply.
Remember long ago the teaching's prime. Those who gain power are most afeard to lose. 'Tis true, I fear, e'en of our Jedi friends.
The Jedi use their power but for good.
Yet what is good? A certain point of view. 'Tis what good is, my lad, and nothing more. The Sith and Jedi both are similar in every respect, which doth include a hearty taste for power's dividends.
I have been taught the Sith rely upon mere passion to obtain what strength they have. They think but inwardly about themselves. There's naught can touch the cold heart of a Sith.
Yet do the Jedi not seek their own interests?
Nay, Jedi care for others and are selfless.
Attend, my boy, the players come anon.
The most lamentable and tragic tale of one Darth Plagueis, he the Sith of old, a story of ambition that did fail, of death that conquered over life, behold.
Darth Plagueis I am called, and higher rise than any Sith throughout the galaxy.
Indeed, my love, most mighty and most wise, so may you e'er remain and always be. Yet what shall come of me if thee I lose? I tremble at the thought of your demise, or what if fate did come and me did choose? How shall one live when the other dies?
It shall not be. I'll pick the lock of death by Thors the midichlorians I control, and have obtained the power to grant a breath. In short, I can create life by my soul.
My love, thy knowledge of the dark side frights. Should any human have such learning, dear?
Methinks thou shalt not fear my dazzling heights, when I do rescue thee from death severe.
Pish! Pray, what is this tale of wonder, sir?
A story, lad, yet not as thou wouldst hear from Jedi mouths, for they would keep it hid. 'Tis but an ancient legend of the Sith.
But could this man indeed his helpmate save?
Be patient, lad, for they shall come to it.
The dark side of the Force is passing strong. A path to varied possibilities, even if by some they are considered wrong. With all my might, these powers shall I seize. There never was a Sith like unto me. The power over life and death is mine. Now come, my love, away, and let us flee. Forever thou art mine, and I am thine.
Alas, the might of Plagueis would not hold. Although with power he was plenty full, the thought of losing it did turn him cold. Though death he trumped, his fear he'd not control.
My young apprentice, I did teach thee all. Thy mind doth hold the wisdom, that I know.
Your wisdom's light doth hold me in its thrall. My recompense shall bear an equal glow.
The tragic tale of this Darth Plagueis ends. Upon a hopeful moral all should heed. To save your family, to save your friends, 'tis possible if you with care proceed.
Herein doth lie a moral I should learn. This tale a morass of keen intrigue oped. 'Twas 'gainst all Moors, yet my soul more would hear.
Ironic, is it not? The man could save his loved ones, but he could not save himself.
Is possible to learn his power o'er death?
Not from a Jedi, nay, they fear the tale.
I would hear more of this when time allows. Mine utmost interest it doth inspire.
O wondrous work of art that moves him so, the play hath caught him, shall not let him go.
The traitorous rebellion of the Jedi hath been, by our clone army, foiled and blocked.
What hath occurred ere I did hither come?
The Chancellor with words unending doth tell how the Jedi treasonously conspire to overthrow the Senate mightily.
The Jedi who remain shall hunted be, and when we find them, forfeit are their lives. The vile attempt upon my life hath left me scarred, deformed. Yet listen to these words. My resolve hath ne'er known greater strength. Now, to ensure the ongoing defense and firm stability of our republic, I hereby make clear mine intention to reorder it into the first, the grand galactic empire. Thus, forsooth, shall our society be finally secure.
This thunderous applause sounds like a bell that hath been forged within hell's own dark heart. With its sharp knell the hope of freedom dies.
It is a period of civil war. The spaceships of the rebels, striking swift from base unseen, have gained a victory o'er the cruel galactic empire, now adrift. Amidst the battles, rebel spies prevailed and stole the plans to a space station vast, whose powerful beams will later be unveiled and crush a planet. 'Tis the Death Star blast. Pursued by agents sinister and cold, now Princess Leia to her home doth flee, delivering plans and a new hope they hold, of bringing freedom to the galaxy. In time so long ago begins our play, in star-crossed galaxy, far, far away.
Nay, thou art sure misled, O wise one, for my father hath not fought in any wars. Full many evenings as I lay abed, such tales I heard of him I never knew. A navigator on a freight ship, which carried fragrant spices hence to yon my father was. He knoweth not of wars.
So hath thine uncle told thee. Marry, he did not agree with aught thy father told of his philosophy and brave ideals. Thine uncle, tethered to the land, did not believe thy father should become involved in matters of the stars and empires. Nay, what shall I of the father tell the child? If gentle Luke knew all that's known to me, I'll warrant he'd not understand the rhyme and reason of my words. And yet, what is to lie? To tell the truth, all else be damned? Or else to tell, perhaps, a greater truth? Is it the truth to tell a boy each fact and thus deface his father's memory? Or hath I spoken better truth to Luke when I about his father speak with pride? Aye, every child deserves a champion.
Hast thou done battle in the Clone Wars?
Aye, and once was I a Jedi Knight, the same as thy dear father.
Oh, how tears well up within me for the loss of that dear man, whom never I did know, nor do, nor will.
I tell thee truly, mongst the pilots he was e'er the greatest in the galaxy. He also was a cunning warrior, and to the last was he a dear, dear friend. And now to play upon his natural sense of self-importance, so to draw him near to thoughts of Jedi training for himself. I hear thou art a pilot skilled as well. This calleth to my mind a gift I have for thee. Thy father hath desired that thou shouldst have this weapon when thou wert of age. Thine uncle, though, would none of it, so feared he that thou might adjourn with Obi-Wan upon a fool's crusade or devil's task, just as thy father hath when he was young.
Dear sir, if thou dost need me not, I shall shut down upon the present moment here.
Why speaks he here when 'tis my time to speak? These droids of protocol are uncouth. Of etiquette they know but little truth.
Pray tell, what is...
Thy father's lightsaber. It is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. If thou in thine own hand could hold a son, then thou wouldst know the power of this tool. Not merely random, neither awkward like a blaster. Nay, the lightsaber maintains a noble elegance, a Jedi's pride. 'Tis something for a civilized new age.
Now holdeth Luke the weapon in his hand, and with a switch the flame explodes in blue. The noble light Luke's reverence doth command. That instant was a Jedi born anew.
Now doth the Force begin to work in him. For many generations, Jedi were the guarantors of justice, peace, and good within the Old Republic, ere the dark times came, and ere the Empire began to reign.
How hath my father died?
Oh, question apt. The story whole I'll not reveal to him, yet may he one day understand my drift, that from a certain point of view it may be said my answer is the honest truth. A Jedi named Darth Vader. I, a lad whom I had taught until he evil turned, did help the Empire hunt and then destroy the Jedi. Now the hardest words of all I'll utter here unto this innocent with hope that one day he shall comprehend. He hath thy father murdered and betrayed, and now our Jedi nearly all extinct. Young Vader was seduced and taken by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
The Force. The Force doth give a Jedi all his power, and 'tis a field of energy that doth surround and penetrate and bind all things together here within our galaxy.
In hearing this wise man, I've almost my errand quite forgot. Now, to my work! Beep, meep, meep, squeak, beep, wee, squeak, whistle, meep.
And now, my little friend, shall I attempt to find out whence thou came, and to discern the reason wherefore thou hast left thy home for lands unknown, a mission to pursue.
He hath a message played.
Thus I have found.
Dear General Kenobi, many years ago thou served my noble father in the Clone Wars. Now he beggeth thee to come again and aid him in his struggle with the Empire. Sadly may I not be there with thee in person, my request to give. My ship of late hath fallen under siege, and thus my mission, bringing thee unto my cherished planet Alderaan, hath failed. Yet I have deep within the memory banks of this brave R2 unit. stored the plans most vital for Rebellion's victory. My father can retrieve the plans therein, but I must ask of thee to take the droid and bring him unto Alderaan with care. The desperate hour is now upon us. Please, I beg thee, sir. Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
The message ends, then doth the silence fall. While Obi-Wan his duty contemplates, young Luke considers whether fate doth call. Aye, in this moment, destiny awaits.
The boy doth hear and hath the taste of fire new burning in his ears. Now shall I play the part of fuel and gently stoke that fire. Thou must be taught the Force if thou wouldst come away with me and go to Alderaan.
Nay, Alderaan? This man hath many charms, and now it seems to me that I have been these many hours under some great spell that he has cast. Nay, I must hence back home. 'Tis late, and Uncle Owen shall be vexed if I do not return to him here long.
And now it must be done, or else 'tis lost. I need all thy good help, Luke. So doth she. For such adventures I have grown too old.
Nay, nay. I should not be involved, dear friend. Much work there is to be completed yet. As the seers say true, a crop without its harvester is like a dewback sans its rider. Verily, I loathe the cruel and noisome empire, aye, Yet nothing against it have I power to do at present. Fie, 'tis all so far, far distant from this place.
Thus speaks thine uncle through thy lips, not thee.
Mine uncle? Oh, mine uncle, how shall I to him explain this matter? Tell me how.
Come now with me and learn the force, dear Luke.
Now am I split in twain by fate's sharp turns. Two paths. The one towards adventure leads, the other takes me back to my home. I have for all my life longed to go hence, and now this Obi-Wan hath reason given why I should leave my Tatooine and fly unto the stars. Aye, he hath told me of the powerful force. And yet another force doth pull me home, the force of duty and responsibility. I would go hence, would fly today, and ne'er look back again. Except Beru and Owen are my true and loyal family. 'Tis settled then. I stay on Tatooine until the time when I may leave with a clear, unfettered soul. I shall take thee as far as Anchorhead. From there mayst thou find transport to wherever thou goest, aye, throughout the galaxy.
Thou must hold with thy conscience, it is true, where'er there... Dang it. Thou must hold with thy conscience, it is true, whate'er thou thinkest right, thus thou shouldst do.
Oh, 'tis for the rebellion a dark time. For though they have the Death Star all destroyed, Imperial troops did from the ashes climb and push the rebels closer to the void. Across the galaxy, pursued with speed, the rebels flee the Imperial Starfleet vast. A group, with Luke Skywalker in the lead, hath to the ice world known as Hoth flown fast. Meanwhile, the cruel Darth Vader is obsessed with finding young Skywalker. Thus, he hath through every point of space begun his quest by sending robot probes to aid his wrath. In time so long ago begins our play in war-torn galaxy, far, far away.
Now shall I shut down everything except the ship's emergency power systems?
Sir, I am almost afraid to ask, but doth this mean that I shall be shut down as well?
Nay, nay, good droid, for thou shalt speak unto the Falcon to determine wherefore doth the hyperdrive not operate aright. For once I find thee useful, Goldenrod.
Sir, it is possible this asteroid may not be entirely stable.
Dost thou think? O droid of wisdom, skill, and excellence, however would I survive if I did not have thee here to reveal such mysteries? From usefulness to obvious within a single stroke. I pray, Chewbacca, take this scholar made of wires and metal to the back and plug him in the hyperdrive.
Sometimes I do not comprehend the strange and varied ways of human beings. True it is that I did only try to help.
O happy accident, O fall most fair! Now, in his arms, where I have longed to be, I know not whether 'tis the ship, or if it is my heart that I feel quaking. Yet, alas, this moment not befits our love. The situation is too strained. I wish, with all my being, to be in this place, but not like this. Pray, let me go.
Tut tut.
I prithee, let me go.
O small request that tears apart my soul. Indeed, indeed, be not with such excitement overcome.
My captain, being held by you is far too plain a thing to ever excite my mood.
I crave your kindly pardon, sweetheart fierce, but we have little time for something else. I'll leave thee here alone, and then, mayhap, the time apart shall heighten thy desire.
O man of pride and will most obstinate, however can I love thee, being as you are? But being other than you are, I would not love thee. How this pirate hath laid claim upon the bounty of my soul. Oh, wherefore did I speak so testily? Why is it that whenever he is near, my wit is turned unto a laser beam, with hand placed firmly in its sight? I tear his heart in twain with words too cruel and harsh, then wonder why he is so full of pride. 'Tis now quite clear that he with arrogance doth speak, so that he may his heart protect. Forsooth, was ever a woman placed in so delicate a situation yet?
Oh, where is that knave R2 now? For when I need him most, then he is far away, perhaps on some adventure which will serve to puff him up most mightily and leave him ever bragging o'er his exploits. Pish! The scrawny errant scamp perplexes me, for he is both my nuisance and delight, the thorn deep in my side, and, stranger still, the very object of my happiness. Now, Captain Solo, pray, a word with thee.
A word from thee belike means hundreds more.
I know not where your ship did learn to speak. It hath a most peculiar dialect. It is as though 'twere programmed by a thief, and spent its days with smugglers, thugs, and crooks. But now, no more of that. My point is made. It doth report the power coupling on. The axis negative is polarized, and must replaced be to operate.
'Tis plain it must replaced be. Presume not to tell a pilot, one so grand as me at least, the business of his ship. Good Chewie? It seems we must replace the power coupling negative, yes? We are alone. Yet every time I've approached her recently, I've been rebuffed. This should not be a nut I cannot crack. I am not ignorant in women's ways. Although, by troth, most often when I speak of she or her, I indicate my ship. And yet, I'm a man of many strengths. I pilot ships with talent, skill, and grace, in battles or in races hard to best. My swift maneuvers legendary are, and through the galaxy my ship is known. But with this princess, all my skill is naught. My tongue is tied, and I resort to barbs and witticisms sloppily conveyed. How shall I show this princess my true heart? How shall I set aside my ego and be kind? Here, in this moment, I shall undertake to set my pathway not toward my pride, but through the smoother course that runs to love. Pray, patience, worship, I but try to help.
Wouldst thou forswear thy pompous attitude, and promise thou shalt ne'er call me that name?
I, Leia.
Prithee, give me patience now, to make him thine. Respond thou not with fire. You do not make it simple.
Yes, 'tis true, but 'tis not I alone who is to blame, for thou couldst softer and more gentle be. Oh, princess, may we end these pointless games? May we two souls of flame extinguished be, just long enough to drink of love's rewards? I ask thee, truly, dost thou sometimes think that certain virtues may be found in me? Canst thou imagine ever looking deep into my soul to see the man within?
Occasionally, mayhap, when you are not acting in this manner of a scoundrel.
A scoundrel? Scoundrel is the word you choose? I like that word, when spoken from your lips.
Pray cease that touch, it doth my heart confuse.
But wherefore cease? What reason shall eclipse the greater reason of my heart's intent?
But lo, my hands are dirtied by my work.
My hands are likewise dirty. Pray, assent into this moment. What fear makes you shirk?
What fear? I tell thee, I am not afraid.
Did I imagine that your hands did shake? Thou likest that I am of scoundrel made, for thy life could more scoundrel gladly take. If thou wouldst cast my suit off, think again. I would that thou within me deeper look.
I tell thee true, that I do like nice men.
I too am nice.
He kisses by the book.
Sir, I've isolated the reverse flux power coupling. Have I done thee proud?
Oh, thank you, 3PO. Thank you so much.
But speak none of it, sir. I have a touch.
Oh, where am I now, and where are all my friends? Some wrong turn have I ta'en, and now am lost within a cavern dark and filled with mist. R2 is left behind. I am alone. What evil lurks within this passage bleak? What fate shall I discover in this place? What power hath brought me here? Is it the Force? If not, what messenger of darkness vile hath given me up unto this realm of fear? The cold I feel is as on Dagobah, when in the cave my darkest self I faced. The thoughts I thought therein do now return, the questions that did rise and give me pause. Oh, what is life, and what our purpose here? Are living creatures made for pain and strife? Do we but walk our days upon the ground to perish without memory or fame? If so, what shall we seek whilst we yet live? Is brave adventure worthy of our time? Or should we seek the principle of pleasure? Our family and children noble aims? Or is the Force itself our holy goal? Is life a quest, or is it but a farce? A splendid journey, or a fool's crusade? Such questions plague my soul and make me doubt. They draw my mind toward the darkest thoughts that e'er I've known since I became a man. And here, away from Dagobah, I have no firm assurance of my safety, nor the comfort of my master being here. Thus shall I face my fortune by myself, without my mentors great to give me help. The thought doth bring me trepidation, for I have relied upon their counsel wise. Be with me here in spirit, if not form, good Obi-Wan and Yoda, masters true. O life, O fate, I would I knew my place, my time, my end, my destiny complete. But I cannot see why or how life is, because the past is not a perfect guide, and since the future still remains unknown. My fate shall I meet in the present tense. But soft, I hear slow footsteps drawing near.
The Force is with thee now, young Skywalker. In truth, but thou art not a Jedi yet.
'Tis Vader, and 'tis fate. Let it begin.
O mighty duel! O action ne'er surpassed! The lightsabers do clash and glow like fire. Darth Vader in the villain's role is cast, while Luke's young temper turneth soon to ire. They flash and fly like dancers in a set, yet never dance did know such a deadly mood. Luke tires, and soon his brow begins to sweat, whilst Vader doth attack with strength renewed.
Forsooth, young one, 'tis plain thou hast learned much.
Thou shalt find me full of surprises yet.
Thy destiny doth lie with me, Skywalker. Your teacher Obi-Wan did know 'twas true.
Thou liest, O thou villain cruel and cold.
'Twas far too simple trapping him within. Perhaps the boy is not as powerful as my great Emperor and I did think.
I am not captured yet, thou Lord of Hate. Thou must another evil scheme derive to catch me in thy snares, for I am quick and move with all the power of the Force.
Impressive, most impressive, worthy lad. Thine Obi-Wan hath taught thee well, and thou hast mastered all thy fears. Now go, release thine anger, for thy hate alone can strike me down. Now 'tis the moment to provoke his inner rage. Come walls, machines, and parts, and come at him from every side. He'll be made weak, and in his weakness darkness find.
Alas, I fall! O fate be on my side!
The battle goes exactly as foreseen. The boy is powerful and skilled, 'tis true, but his young powers are no match for mine. It seems that Obi-Wan was weak with age, for this boy's training still is incomplete. He shall be turned yet, for I still hold the news that shall undo him utterly. He thinks the speed of my lightsaber and my power to send objects hurtling at him are the worst that I can muster, but my greatest weapon shall yet break his soul, not touch his body. He shall know the truth. But even as I plan to share with him the story of his father, I must pause. The strange confusion I before have felt hath come again into my mind. What is't? I know no better fate for him and me than to be joined in service to my lord and emperor, so why am I confused? Enough of this now, Vader, finish it. The boy shall turn, or he shall be destroyed.
Pain! O bitter weariness! I did not know the power of the Force till now, till it to purpose rank was turned on me. Now for my very life I grasp and hold onto the precipice whereupon I cling. Be with me now, old Ben, restore my strength. I see that Vader hath ta'en flight, yet it is plain he doth wait for his next chance. Some hope remains, e'en now amidst my fear. He may yet be defeated, all's not lost. I have regained my footing and may rest until the fight must be resumed. Now, quick, look deep within your heart, Luke, and recall the teachings of your gentle master Yoda. Breathe deeply and call on the Force, that it may show to thee the path that thou must take. Oh, give me strength to win this battle now, or if not win, maintain my sense of right. But lo, Darth Vader cometh once again.
This is the end for thee, Skywalker. See, thou art defeated now. Resistance would be futile. Yet let yourself not be destroyed as Obi-Wan did, weak old man he was.
O horror! O vast pain exceeding words!
Thou shalt find no escape. Do not make me destroy thee. Great importance shalt thou have within the Empire's power, and thine own shall only grow with time. I prithee, join with me, and I your training shall complete. When our strength is combined, we shall conclude this bitter conflict and bring order to the galaxy entire.
I never shall join with thee. I would rather be destroyed.
The boy doth admirably keep his head, but now I shall unleash the final blow. If thou but knewest all the power of the dark side, Obi-Wan hath never told thee of what happened to thy father Luke.
Oh, he hath spoken much, and he hath told me of the truth, that thou didst slay him, aye, and without cause or mercy murderer most vile and wretched.
No, I am thy father.
Nay, 'tis not true. It is impossible.
Pray search thy feelings, Luke. Thou knowest it is true.
Nay.
Luke, thou mayst the Emperor destroy. He hath foreseen what thou wouldst do. It is thy destiny. Come join with me. Together we shall rule the galaxy as son and father. Come now, Luke. It is the only way. The dark side is thy path. Oh, join with me, and we shall be as one.
I fall, and yet no death's upon me yet. I fall, for 'tis a better path than hate.
He falls and welcomes death instead of power. He falls, and I can sense. Oh, he falls, but I can sense he liveth still.
I have not died, but pass into this shaft. I have not died, though I may wish it so.
He hath not died, his heart screams in its fear. He hath not died, so may he yet be turned.
I am held fast by this vein o'er the clouds. I am held fast by some miraculous power.
He is held fast within the dark side's grasp. He is held fast by his own clouded mind.
Oh, Ben, I call to thee, but wilt thou hear? I do remember thou didst say thou couldst not interfere in this, but oh, Ben, hear! Alas, my master's gone forever, and gives no answer, e'en deserted by the dead. If he cannot appear and rescue me, then I shall try the living. Leia, next I call to thee. I prithee, Leia, hear!
Oh, join us, friends and mortals, on the scene. Another chapter of our cosmic tale. Luke Skywalker returns to Tatooine to save his friend Han Solo from his jail, within the grasp of Jabba of the Hutt. But while Luke doth the timely rescue scheme, the vile galactic empire now hath cut new plans for a space station with a beam more awful than the first feared Death Star's blast. This weapon ultimate shall, when complete, mean doom for those within the rebel caste, who fight to earn the taste of freedom's sweet. In time so long ago begins our play, in hope-filled galaxy, far, far away.
Beep, squeak, meep, beep, squeak,
'Tis right, R2, we go to Dagobah. A promise must I keep to my old friend. This glove I place upon my injured hand, the hand that in the fight with Jabba was the sole recipient of the blaster's touch. O hand, replete with wires and gears that move. With glove of black I cover the machine that lies within the skin like covering, which once a medic droid hath grafted on. How strange this hand which feeleth like my flesh, yet is such stuff as droids are made of, cold and dead, yet living. This is a device that serves me well, but represents a dark and dismal fate. I, with this hand, I have become yet one step closer to the man whose path I fear, yet wish to understand. Darth Vader, who my father claims to be. Indeed, I do believe his claim is true, but shall ask Yoda to confirm his words. If he my father is, what shall it mean for the rebellion and for my own soul? Shall my relations govern all my days, or shall I yet escape mine origins? Shall all the father's sins be visited upon the child, or shall I triumph yet? Be with me, all ye Jedi past and gone. I fly unto the place where first I learned from Yoda, who is small yet greater even than all my powers or Master Obi-Wan. With joy I fly from here to see his face. With hope I fly to him to learn the truth. With fear I fly to him to know my path. With expectation great I fly to him. Look now, he comes. Alas, how aged he seems.
That face thou dost make, look I so old to young eyes, my body so frail?
Nay, nay, good master, perish such a thought.
I do, I do. Sick and weak I have become, elderly and tired. And yet I ask thee, when 900 years thou hast, shalt thou look better? Soon shall I have rest, forever sleep, as all do. Earned it, I have.
But what is this? Thou art an aging soul, yet wherefore speakest thou of death's embrace? Good Master Yoda, cease, thou mayst not die.
Verily, 'tis true. With the Force powerful am I, yet not that powerful. Twilight is on me, and thence comes night. 'Tis the way for all in the Force.
Yet I have need of thy good help, for here I stand returned, prepared my training to complete. What should I do without thine aid?
No further training dost thou require, for thou hast all thou e'er shalt need.
Forsooth, 'tis true, I am a Jedi now.
Be thou not so sure, for still Vader remaineth. Thou must confront him. Then, and only then, a true Jedi shalt thou be, and face him thou shalt.
Dear Master Yoda, one thing in me burns, the question that is flame inside my bones, whose answer may yet kindle hate or love, I know not which, yet still it must be asked. Darth Vader, tell me true, is he my father?
'Tis time for my rest, time for my sleep eternal. 'Tis no time for truth.
Thou wouldst protect me from this knowledge which may difficult and painful be. In this thou show'st care for me, and hast my thanks. But Yoda, full of heart, I must needs know.
Alack, he knows all. Now may I only speak truth. Only truth lives on. Thy father he is. Told you, did he? Unforeseen this is. Distressing.
Distressing that at length I learn the truth?
Nay, nay, distressing that thou hast rushed to face him. Not ready wert thou, thy training not done, the field of thy heart unplowed, the burden too much.
Forgive me, for I knew not what I did.
Remember, my Luke, a Jedi strength from the Force doth come, but beware. Anger, fear, hatred, from the dark side they all come. Its minions they are. Once thou hast entered in the dark path infernal, abandon all hope. The powers of the Emperor thou shouldst never underestimate, else thy father's fate shall in turn become thine own. Let not this transpire. When I have gone, slept, the last of the Jedi shalt thou be, thou alone. Attend, Luke. The Force is strong with thy family. Pass on what thou learnst. These final words now, with my last breath I utter. Oh, hear well, brave Luke. This is our hope. There is another Skywalker. The rest, silence is.
Good night, sweet Jedi, noble, wise, and true. So gentle was he, and too quickly gone. O fate, what hast thou brought into my life? How shall I live when all I love have died? Yet all things die, and all things pass away, and all is like the sweeping of the stars. As one doth pass through lightspeed's rapid blaze, we know 'tis true. No mortal does not know that all are born to feed and satiate death. But oh, what grief we meet along the way. The knowledge that something beautiful is lost. The deep regret for all unspoken words. Profound remorse for healing never given. I wish to hold the dead one's hand again, to picture a love smile and know it gone. These are the pains that human life doth bring, the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. Death shall not be named. It shall not lose its victory or sting. Yet it shall never have been the best of us. If in our living we have truly lived, to love with bliss, to fight for righteousness, to heed adventure's call, to cry with joy, to live amidst life's greatest heights and depths. This is a living that doth conquer death. So even though it shall come, and we shall not fear it, these lessons let my master's death teach me, that my life shall esteem his memory.
I'll give the faith that he my master is.
I cannot face this future by myself. What shall I do, R2? I am alone, the only Jedi left. It may be this responsibility is far too great for such a one as I. How can I bear the burden by myself?
Nay, not alone, for Yoda always shall remain with thee.
My soul! 'Tis Obi-Wan! Now even though he of ghostly matters made, he shall anon give answer for his words. Good Ben, it warms my heart to see thee here. Yet I must ask thee to explain thyself. Pray, wherefore hast thou not revealed the thing that thou didst know? Thou saidst my father had by Vader been betrayed and murdered. Ne'er hast thou said that he my father is.
I never did imagine that in death I would be called upon to justify the words I spoke in life. 'Twas well I spoke not of the midichlorians to Luke, for then he would have endless questions still. Thine inquiry shall have an answer, Luke, for very thou dost deserve to know. Thy father was seduced by the dark side of the Force. 'Twas then that he no more was Anakin Skywalker, only Darth. When that had happened, thy good father was destroyed, and thus, forsooth, the words I spoke were truthful, from a certain point of view.
A certain point of view? What doth that mean? It may be said that I, within my ship, do see my X-Wing as an instrument of truth and justice. Aye, a noble thing. Well, from a certain point of view, I know mine enemies do see it as a threat. It may be said that when I was attacked by Rancor vicious and intemperate, prepared to make of me his morning meal, there is a certain point of view that doth suggest he was simply a hungry beast. It may even be that our rebellion is, for us, an undertaking pure and good, possessing every virtue possible, while from the Empire's certain point of view it is a mere annoyance to be crushed. By this I do not understand. How can a certain point of view say that a man was murdered by another man, when both are one, and they together are my father?
Luke, thou shalt find that many of your truths depend entirely on your point of view. It well may be that thou dost like it not, but does not follow that it is not so. 'Tis true that Anakin a good friend was. When I first knew him, he already was a pilot skilled and swift, and it amazed me with what strength the Force worked in his life. I took it on myself to train him as a Jedi. Even then I did believe that I could train him just as Yoda could. But there my fault did lie. Therein I failed.
I do believe it may be rectified. What if he could be turned once again? There is yet good within him. I can feel it.
He is machine more than man, I fear. His soul's an evil, tangled labyrinth.
I shall not do it, Ben.
Thou canst not escape thy destiny. You must confront and face Darth Vader once again.
I shall not kill my father.
Then the Emperor hath won. Thou wert our only hope the Empire and the dark side to defeat. If thou wilt not, no other shall arise to take our place.
But Must this necessarily be so? For Yoda spoke of yet another. Who?
No more of hidden paths. Thou shalt know all. The other one of which he spoke is none but thy twin sister.
Sister? I know none.
Both thou and she were hidden safely from the Emperor just after ye were born. For he did know, as I do, that the kin of Anakin would be a powerful threat unto his reign of madness, might, and murder. At birth the two were separated. Thou unto thine uncle Owen, and thine aunt Beru, on Tatooine, where I did watch o'er thee as thou didst grow into a man. Thy sister to a senator did go, apart from thee and thy dread father's wrath. There she did grow into a woman fine, and has, since then, remained anonymous.
O wondrous revelation to my soul! A sister, and before me comes her face. For surely Leia is my sister, else my instincts have no truth in them. What news! I know not whether to respond with shouts of greatest joy, or to shrink back in fear of paralyzing shock at what we've done. 3 times hath she kissed me in friendship's name, the last of these more passionate than error. A sister should pawn her sib bestow. There is an ancient tale of Tatooine that tells of Tusken Raider who, through fate and circumstance, joined with his mother in a bond most strange and quite unnatural. They lived in blissful ignorance of their relation until they discovered it by chance, and oh, what awful times befell. The Tusken Raider's mother hanged herself upon a bantha's horn. The Tusken, in his agony and grief, pulled off his mask and clawed at his own eyes until they bled. They came dislodged and finally plucked out. He fell onto his knees and cried with pain. Not merely pain to have his eyes removed, but deeper pain that seared his very heart. 'Tis said that though he could see no more, he saw more clearly than he ever had. At night upon the sands of Tatooine, his howl may still be heard, a warning to those who would break the sacred family bond through passions of the body. Shall this be my fate for crossing o'er the boundary that none should cross even once? I'll warrant nay. Not only have I superstitions none, but our brief moments of affection were a trifle none could call a love affair. I now see clearly, but still have my eyes, and may my sister know sans tragedy. Thus I do make a solemn, earnest vow. I shall embrace my royal sister as a powerful ally, and to show her to the path that surely leads to the Force. 'Tis Leia, aye, my soul doth know 'tis she.
Thine instincts serve thee well, Luke. Bury now these feelings, for they do thee credit, but may be manipulated and abused if e'er the Emperor should learn of them.
It bringeth my heart joy to see thee, Ben. I'll heed thy counsel till we meet again.
Luke Skywalker hath sadly disappeared, and in his absence come most wicked foes. The cruel First Order hath made all afeard. Like phoenix from the Empire's ash it grows. They shall not rest till Skywalker is dead, yet others seek to rescue him from harm. By Leia, General Organa led, the Republic doth a brave resistance arm. Her brother she doth earnestly pursue, thus may he help bring peace to restoration. She sends a daring pilot to Jakku, where one old friend perchance knows Luke's location. In time so long ago begins our play, in yearning galaxy, far, far away.
Pulled by a longing deep within my soul, each day I struggle merely to endure, repeating mine endeavors day by day, content to wait for those I know shall come. Here on Jakku I make my simple way, among the junkyards I go scavenging, not to discover aught of treasure, nay, collecting merely remnants, bits and scraps, and how to earn the food that keeps me whole. I climb within the mighty fallen crafts, scrambling over a starship's inward parts, my body able, fit for such a task, strong both in sinew and in mind am I. I more than just a scoundrel's heart possess. Methinks it is a solitary life, ere looking to the skies or to the stars, and hoping for my dear ones who did leave now so long ago, to make their homecoming. Continually do I yearn for them, e'en as I spend my hours in toil and want. Still, there's plenty here to fill my time. The careful ravage of the Ravager, one of the many ships through which I seek, revisiting the wreckage every day, observing some new salvageable piece, requiring patience, care, and bravery. Collecting junk from starships is my lot. Hours past until 'tis time to leave the ruins. I make descent with newfound parts, and then load them upon the top of my trusted sliding sandboard, departing quick atop my speeder swift, o'er the dunes past rank steel packenberts. Fly I across the barren wilderness. Hie then to Nima outpost with my wares. I drive my sandboard cross the golden silk. My things I polish with the utmost care. There seated near the oldest scroungers, who spent their entire lives in drudgery. There I scrub the junk with wearied hopes. Fate has, it seems, no other threat for me. At last I go to junk boss good plot, baseborn and rude, a scoundrel full of greed. Looks he upon the scraps I have discovered, ere cheating me a little more each day. Decides he then what paltry sum he'll proffer. Jakku is not a planner for the weak, especially for those who shrink in fear. Determination is the only virtue I have found to be a safeguard in this place. One who hath vigour, wit, and fortitude shall be the one that doth prevail. In past times I believed I would not survive, but with age comes strength, and with strength comes perseverance. Thus I persevere. Oh, pray, know my name. Nearby the sun shines bright. I am its ray.
Look yonder. See the two are sitting there. They shall trade work for transportation to the outer rim, where thou canst disappear.
Finn?
Ray, pray follow thou along with me.
But what of BB-8? Our task still calls. Thy base it is to which she must return.
Flu Royal Zoom, Liblick Blee, Zoz Blizz Blick Blee. Royal Zoom it Bleerook, Irlif Ig Blay Blee.
I cannot, fear too much to lead my course.
'Tis thine, lad. Thou may yet have need of it.
Who is the girl, and whence comes she, dost know?
Da, Iga, Ga.
Me auntie, bet.
Good sirs, it rumored is that your fine folk can take me swiftly to the outer rim.
What art thou doing?
Pray, fly not sans me.
I bid thee, look around, thou canst not leave. I shall not let thee so abandon me.
Forsooth, I'm not the man thou thinkest I am.
What dost thou mean?
Foe, I am not resistant. No hero I upon a fearless task, no bold avenger on fate-filled quest, no frank and gallant man with noble aim, no clever soldier fast of wit and shrewd. I am, or was, a rank stormtrooper first. Like every trooper, I was taken from a family whom I shall never know, and raised but for one thing alone, to kill. Then on Jakku, I my first battle faced, and made a choice. I would not fight for them, not slaughter, not destroy, not feed their hate. Then did I run and found thee at the end. Thou lookest on me as no one had before. Filled was I with the shame of the man I was. Yet ne'er shall I return, not even if I live forever. With the rank first order, I have progressed from fin to finished. Now face to face I beg, Ray, come with me.
I beg thee in return, Finn, do not leave.
It cannot be, for it doth overwhelm desire. I pray thee, Ray, take care of thy kind self.
Oh, misery abandoned yet again. Resounding grief within my very core. My lot, belike, is ne'er to know a bond as strong as that fate doth bring to others bring. Yet set aside these thoughts. What is that noise? Hear I some child who cries somewhere below? Am I imagining? I shall descend, perchance to find the child and ease my mind. Climb down these steps with BB-8 behind. Herein I see no child, yet hear the call. It seems to come from deep within this chest. Left here in this dark room, but can it be? Do voices speak within insensate things? Oh, by the lid and see what is inside. Feast, eyes. A lightsaber. Hold it I must. Lo, strange and forceful visions do befall. Electric lights within a chamber vast. I fall as it beginneth to collapse. A hooded man who reacheth to a droid. Alas, behind me people slain by foes. Now people dressed in black, all menacing. Dark emanates from one with wicked mask. Here I, a child beset by fear and want, e'en as the ones I loved did fly away. Released from this, I heard a voice say, Ray. Here now, conveyed unto a forest scene, a red lightsaber meant to do me harm. Now let this be, oh, let this vision cease!
Zuzu blick royal? Ig zawa blocks it trug ib? Zoom, blee blizz, z ale? Blee it royal ig royal?
What happened? I should not have gone therein. I had dreamt a dream inside.
And so did I.
Well, what was thine?
That dreamers often lie.
Upon the ground while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see keen Maz hath been with you. She is the vision giver, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of a Jedi Knight. The lightsaber that thou didst touch was Luke's, and ere 'twas his, it was his father's too. Now doth it call to thee, thy heart, thy soul.
I must return unto Jakku anon.
Untold me all. O child, I see thine eyes. Already thou dost know the truth entire. They on whom thou dost wait, there on Jakku, shall ne'er return. Yet someone else still may.
Thou meanest Luke.
The deep belonging thou dost seek is not behind thee, but before. I am no Jedi, yet I know the Force. It moveth through each thing, and doth surround each one of us. Pray, close thine eyes, and feel't. The light hath been there ere. Guide thee it shall. The lightsaber, take it, and let it lead.
Nay, this is not the future I do seek, nor is it the course on which I set my steps. That lightsaber I would not touch once more. A part within this scene I looked not for.
Jedi the last. The cruel First Order or the stars do reign for having set the Republic on a pyre, while Snoke sends legions forth, thus to attain control throughout the galaxy entire. Alone the bold resistance fighteth still with General Organa. Against the dark, they trust the Jedi Luke Skywalker will glow bright enow their dampened hopes to spark. Alas, the small resistance is exposed. First Order speeds towards the rebel base. Their evil, though, shall not run unopposed. A desperate escape proceeds apace. In time so long ago begins our play, in burning galaxy far, far away.
We fought unto the end. 'Twas not enow. The galaxy entire hath lost its hope. The spark we represent hath been extinguished. O Luke, thou camest. Know I thy next words. I changed my hair.
The style doth suit thee well, though by my troth those words were not my next. Dear Leia, sister true, I sorry am.
I know thou art, kind brother Luke. How glad I am that thou art here at last, e'en at the last.
I came to face him, Leia, and cannot save the man who was thy son.
So long I held out hope he might return, yet now I know my son is truly gone.
No one has ever gone completely, Leia. I go to meet him, but shall kiss thee first in brotherly devotion, hope, and love.
Brave Master Luke arrived. Oh, thank the Maker!
Was ever there a vision such as this? A legend in the making, 'fore mine eyes. Luke Skywalker, part Jedi and part myth, hath here arrived before we have succumbed. If he can stop this onslaught, make some difference, the story shall, like wildfire, blaze throughout the galaxy from one edge to the other. I shall not dare to dream it may be so, yet still my heart within me quakes with hope. The man walks forward, to the battle drawn. Out there such evil things in robes of sorrow assail the Jedi's high estate. Take care, O noble man, come to us just in time. The hopes of generations rest on thee.
Stop. Nay, this cannot be, but somehow is. Grant me the power of every gun we have, aimed there, toward that mark, that single man. Bring such a violent storm of shock and awe, and it shall be as if a burning sun did come from space to smite his worthless soul. Stop! Nay, this cannot be, but somehow is. Grant me the power of every gun we have, aimed there, toward that mark, that single man. Bring such a violent storm of shock and awe, that it shall be as if a burning sun did come from space to smite his worthless soul.
And now, it is a now. Cease this attack. The man is dead. Thou even must agree. Now, Let the tale that we would write proceed, for we shall be the authors of their ruin.
Behold, look how like a spectre he ariseth, as if our weapons did a fiction tell.
This story shall not end as they do think, for like a poet I hath changed the meter.
For our next chapter, take me down to him. I'll face him, destroy him where he stands. Keep cover on the door. Make no advance until I speak the word.
Oh, Supreme Leader, be not distracted by this man. Our end...
E'en as you pen the script, it shall be done, sir. I know far better than to tempt his ire.
'Tis Kylo Ren. Luke faceth him alone. Sir, being everything which now thou art a valiant hero in the extreme.
Hast thou returned to offer me forgiveness? To save my soul like gallant deity?
Nay, thine is not a soul I've willed to save.
I'll make my charge, and wipe the calm, smug smile from his face. Aha! Yet even so, he dodges, parries with unheard-of speed, especially in one as old as he. Another strike anon, and he shall die. Yet he doth duck and moves with grace and strength, although my lightsaber hath come so close.
I failed thee, Ben. I'm sorry.
Verily! Thy weak resistance now is dead and gone. The war is over, forevermore, and when I strike thee down, I will have killed the final Jedi in the galaxy.
Impressive, lad. Each word thou speakest was entirely false. The good rebellion is reborn today, the war hath just begun, and nay, I shall not be Jedi the last. I sense my humble role is finished here. 'Tis well. 'Tis well.
I shall destroy the girl, and thee as well, and all for which thou standest.
Nay, strike me down in anger, and I shall be with thee ever, e'en like thy father.
The fool lets down his guard. Have at him, then! I charge at him and strike him at the core! Confusion. What is this? How can it be? I'm sure I hit him, yet he doth remain. Now, walking up to him, with my lightsaber, I put the very point straight through his heart. Yet he doth stand. Nay.
Now farewell, Kerr.
Nay!
Now my charms are all o'erthrown, and what strength I have's mine's own. Damn it! Okay, take two. Now my charms are all o'erthrown, and what strength I have's mine own, which is most faint. Now 'tis true I must be here confined by you, or sent to the force. Let me not, since I have my legend gotten, help the brave resistance, dwell in this brave island by your spell, but release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair, unless I be relieved by care, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself, and frees all faults, as you from crimes would pardoned be. Let your indulgence set me free.
Zoons, menacing, the dead begin to speak. Heard through the galaxy, though yet unseen, comes threat of harsh revenge in voice most bleak. The sinister, dark Emperor Palpatine, our General Organa, sends a chain of spies to seek out news past every border, whilst Rey of Jedi hopes the last doth trade for battle gainst the devilish First Order. Their supreme leader, Kylo Ren, is sour, for he, this phantom emperor, would see to conquer any threat to his vast power. Behold the end of our nonology. In a time so long ago begins our play, in force-touched galaxy far, far away.
Look ye on what you've made, the hordes that fill this wooden. Oh, await for this, the moment of my victory. As once I fell, the last Skywalker falls. We shall not fear this feeble, weak attack. My faithful denizens not can delay the long-expected triumph of the Sith, which sees both our return and our ascent.
R2, my systems fail. The power that is emanating from the planet doth my ship subdue. In vain I struggle against its irresistible, strange influence.
Woo! The horrid lightning works me woe.
Can any hear? I fear this wicked light hath rendered all communication naught. Gloom, horror, grief sweep over us in clouds, whilst our sad ships are falling from the sky.
The folly and hubris you displayed that ere you weak and simple-minded imps would dare defy the final order's might, I laugh at your endeavors, knavish rogues.
Beyond the battle, far beyond the pain, beyond the sting of Palpatine's revenge, past this particular moment and its grief, as allies perish in combat strife, away from all the fear that doth reside within the hearts of every person here, look, Rey, much farther out beyond the stars, and feel the presence of the Jedi past. Be with me, oh be with me, ancestors. The voices of the Jedi answer back.
These are the final steps thou must complete. Rise thou and take them bravely.
Rey.
Rey.
Restore the balance, Rey, even as I did.
Find thou the light, Rey.
Thou art not alone.
Alone ne'er wert thou. Forever have the Jedi remained with thee, Rey.
Each Jedi who ever lived now lives in thee.
The Force surrounds thee, Rey.
Let it guide thee.
Even as it guides us in eons past.
Feel thou the Force go flowing through thee, Rey. 'Tis life itself.
Yea, let it lift thee, Rey.
Rise, Rey.
We stand with thee forever.
Rey.
Rise in the Force, Rey. With all thee we take our stand. Rise then. Make it so.
A Jedi's strength doth lie within her heart.
Rise.
The Force be always with thee, Rey.
I am as constant as the Jedi past, who stand with me, empowering me to rise.
Thy death shall be the final chapter in the story of the rebellion's wretched fall.
Our systems have returned, the lightning fled. A shadow gathers o'er my brain e'en so. Because we have but moments left to spare, one final chance we have been granted. Go! Strike ye the cannons, let us win the day.
Thou nothing art and less a scavenger will never match the power at my grasp. Thou helpless girl, here I am all the Sith.
And I am all the Jedi come to bear.
If one good deed in all my life I did, I do repent it from my very soul.
With one final shudder doth the Emperor fall, whose wrath shall no more plague the galaxy.